inhabitor. My name is Sheldon Rebello. I'm doing my SEM 3 in University Canada West, residing all the way in the hot cities of Canada, which is Vancouver, one of the places which every student and candidate would like to live in. Very hard to stay in, but definitely achievable because we had some connections which you helped us to get, helped me to secure a good house in Vancouver, and I'm quite glad about that. However, I travel and I work at 7-Eleven, which is like 2.5 kilometers, 2.5 hours away from Vancouver. I used to work at Port Coquitlam. It helps me to take all two buses, one train, change the
Oh,
train three times. It's a long journey, but however, it's a struggle, but I have to make it through because I have to survive in this country.
okay. Okay. So overall, how has it been your experience? You joined in the January intake. It's about 8 months now. So I'll come to the questions, obviously, of how you're managing your time. Okay. Obviously, you're managing your time very well to be
Sure.
able to travel and work. But how has Canada
Okay.
been to you? How do you find the country of Canada? You took a personal decision of going to Canada, right? You considered other countries.
Yes.
How do you think
Yes.
today, after spending, already done 3 semesters, correct, of your MBA?
Yes.
And
Yes.
you're studying at University Canada West, correct?
Yes.
So how do you think today? If you think today, how do you think about the decision you took to come to Canada?
Taking a decision was not a bad decision. People keep saying that Canada is not good, not good. You do not get jobs. Yes, it is very tough to get a job, but it's not impossible to get a job. It's the way you want to achieve things and what's your hunger to achieve that goal. For me, it was very hard. Initially, 3 months, I was without any job. I was devastated. I was like, why did I come to this country? But however, it is on you how you get connection. Either LinkedIn or go to college, make friends. You have to be an extrovert, talk to people, make connections with people, either on Instagram, LinkedIn, or any social media sites. It's not wrong, but you have to make a first step, right? So I also had many connections. I started talking to people as I was an extrovert itself, so that helped me build connections to which I got many people in work, insights of what work types are available for students, what are the job opportunities, how hard is it to get. But eventually I got 1 to 2 friends and 5 to 10 friends, then 20 to 25. Everyone helped me giving job opportunities, insights, how you must make a CV, what are the CV types that people need for a job, how to get a job selected. But trust me, everything is not on your CV. We have to be smart. We have to have good connection. That is the main. A connection can help you get your job. I got my job not on through CV base, but on my connections.
Mm,
So because of my connections, I've got this job, and this is one of the job I admire and I treasure the most because in 2025 to get a job in this country is next to impossible, but yet because of connections, it's become possible.
okay.
However, since it's summer, you get jobs, but when it becomes winter, it gets tough. But you should know that you need connections more. That's the time you build.
Hmm. Okay. Okay, very
Yeah.
good. Okay. Yeah, so it's all about the networking and the connections and I mean you're obviously new in the country, so you need to get to know people.
Yes.
That's what you're saying. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's talk about scheduling yourself. Okay. I mean, obviously you're doing your MBA. It's not very easy to do an MBA. You've cleared all your three
Yes.
semesters, and I mean, I think you've done pretty well. How are you
Yes.
managing to keep your grades up? Okay, going to college, doing assignments, keeping your grades up, completing 3 semesters, doing a job. You're working the entire 24 hours.
Initially,
How do you manage to do
initially
all of
my
that?
okay, got that. So initially, SEM one was quite good enough for me because I did not have a job. I could focus more on my studies, which made it quite easy to score a good grade. Like I could score an A plus, not an A plus more often, but an A definitely is possible when you don't have a job and you pay attention. That was achievable in my semester one because every semester is a 4 months, and right after 4 months, before entering semester two, I got a job. However, initially it was tough because it was job, college, travel, which was making it too tiring. Because at a free time when I had to work on assignments, I took more time on resting because I had to come fresh to work. I work in 7-Eleven, stay on the till. We have to talk to employees, so I have to be fresh. Initially, that was a thing on my mind that I have to be smiling to the customers. So I have to be fresh. Initially, I took that as a priority, to which semester two went a bit bad. I had a B plus, which dropped my grade because I kept my job as priority. However, I had as I told you, we need connections. I spoke this to my connection friends that how you all manage it. Then they gave me an advice that you have to systematically make a schedule, talk to your manager, have a fixed schedule. According to your fixed schedule, match it with your timetable of your college, see your availability, and plan according to your availability. So I planned it
Mm.
accordingly, systematically with my friend. That person made things quite easier for me to live in this country.
Okay. So now it's not so much of a stress, you're saying. So you've been able to manage your schedule, your travel time,
Yes.
your work time, your assignments and everything.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, okay. Very good to know. And so you're basically managing by yourself. You're not taking money from your parents back from India. You're
No,
managing all
no.
your money on your own, and you're probably
Yes, I'm
even
managing.
saving some money on the side and uh,
Yes.
and doing that. Okay, okay. Very good.
Absolutely.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about university life. How is it in, how is your university experience been so far?
Okay. My university experience has been good. I like the university. It gives good teachings. It gives good amount of assignments. Assignments sometimes gets boring because it's a lot. The college expects they have their exams time to time. Every the basically it's on you on how you choose your professor. Your professor is good, your semester is good. But if you do not give a good score, you are left away from the good candidates and the good professors. So you
Mm-hmm.
have to be good in academics in order to get a good professor, in order to have a good curricular in that. So it's like on how you study. If you're going to neglect on your studies, it's going to get tough. So I had to give priorities time to time for my studies. However, I told you that my SEM 1 was good, but SEM 2 went a bit bad, to which it became tough for me in SEM 3. However, I'm managing it yet, but it's
Yeah.
not impossible. I just need to focus a bit more to get more
Okay.
better.
Okay. But the B plus is not so bad also, right? In semester two.
Yes.
How do your colleagues go? How is the class
So the
and
basic average to in University Canada West is B and B plus. If you get a
mm,
B and B plus, you're a good to go student. However, if you are a too excellent student and you're a person who speaks every day in class, you're a known face. And if you take a lenient professor, as I told you, professor is the main. A good grading professor will give you good, but if it's a good professor, a normal professor, then you get a B plus for sure. You do not go to B. B is next to
mm,
impossible unless you are actually bad in it.
okay, 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 very good, good. Uh, so now the other part is I since you are working, okay, and this question is only because you are working and also you're studying and I know you're managing your money on your own. What advice would you give a student who's coming to Canada on how to manage money? Okay, you've told us how to manage time. How do you manage
Uh,
money in Canada and
all
be
right.
smart with it?
Uh, so you have to be quite disciplined first by yourself. However, I had taken your guidance. Like you had a perspective of your own. You knew how much money an average student can make. However, before going to this country, you had given me a score of $1,200. A person, a least amount a person can make is 1,200. I had 1,200 in my mind, so I made a schedule of $1,200. Went on Instagram and LinkedIn, found out people from University Canada West, asked them, is housing easy? Is staying in Vancouver more cheaper, or going towards another city would be cheaper? So they gave me their insight. However, through your agents and through your connections, I had got Valentino as your source,
Mm,
who helped me to get a cheap house in Vancouver itself, which was 550, which is way below average house in
mm,
Vancouver, which was quite good, which all facilities, which made my burden very less. However, since you had given me a score of $1,200 as a fix, I had that as my target, and I tried to make my schedule and my fixed amounts according to that.
mm,
However, I make more. That's a different story altogether.
mm,
But having 1,200 as my maximum, I started doing my calculation. The first month, I had $1,000, $1,200 plus the 2,000 which came extra. So I had total $3,200 to stay. However, the $1,000 was how I utilized. $550 was for rent. Then I asked my roommate. They were quite good. I was very happy with my roommate. They are like my family. So they gave me a compass card. They bought that. However, a compass card is for $6, but a monthly for me from my house to college, college to back home is $107. So 550 plus $107. However, first 3 months we had our life insurance, so we had to not apply. However, after 3 months, it was not covered. We had to apply, which is called MSP. I applied for service program, which is 75 monthly, adding that to my cost as well. 550 plus 107 plus 75. Then my groceries per month was listed down. What I want to eat the entire month. Like if chicken, what is the price of chicken? Where do you get it the cheapest? What are the prices? If you're taking in bulk, is it bulk cheap or is it in small retail price cheap? Made an account of that as well. And before going for grocery, obviously you need to know what you need to buy more than what you have.
Mm,
First
mm,
month you need to buy a big oil storage system. So my grocery goes maximum to $170,
mm,
adding that as well.
mm,
Then the next money goes for keeping little safety. I spend roughly maximum from $1,200, keeping as a max 950 as an average money you need to
to live.
survive in the country.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Nothing less. If you have something less, you are stuck.
Okay. Okay. Very, oh,
Rest
very
all
good.
goes in saving.
Okay. Okay. And how is the housing scene? I mean, you're paying $550 and you're staying at the same place.
Yes.
And how are you? I mean, how do you find it? Is it comfortable as a student for you to be able to live there?
Yeah, since I've got that house for like 550, initially the house was good, but not as expected and what it was shown to me in the pictures. It was even told to me by some connections that do not trust pictures that are portrayed to you. You definitely need some connection who can personally visit that place
Mm,
and check the house for me. However, I did not have any people who could visit. The house was different than what I saw. It was little disappointing, but
mm,
the people that were in the house were a gem of people
mm,
through which I could adjust myself. I did not want to leave that house at any cost
mm,
because they were total gem of people. I could adjust on my housing and living, but having a good connection and family in an unknown country by yourself is very difficult. And people who
mm,
treat you like family is definitely compromisable. So I
mm.
compromised my housing to stay with the family that was there in the house.
Okay, okay. So you have roommates, you're staying in somebody's house, or you have
Yes,
roommates and
I
you're flatting it out?
It's not a flat, it's a bungalow type house, housing what
Okay.
are there in the villa, what do you say, normal housing areas. It's a
Yeah.
bungalow house which has 3 rooms and two basement houses. There are altogether 7 people living,
Mm,
catching 2 people per room.
okay. Okay. Okay, very good. So you're managing your money well. You're doing pretty well. I mean, I got one thing that you think networks is so important. Communicating and talking
Very
to
important.
people is very important there. Okay, now that you're three semesters down with your MBA, you're going to start your fourth semester very soon, and then just one more semester, and then you'll be looking for full-time jobs. How do you see
Yes.
yourself? Now progressing in your degree and then looking for jobs after that, what is your take on it right now? I'm not saying I'm not asking you whether you already have finalized everything and you're sorted. I'm asking you how are you training your mind to then prepare yourself to complete your degree
So, So
and
initially to get jobs in your own field is quite difficult. You need to, as I told you, you need connection yet. So you need to apply jobs. Firstly, the main thing is when you make your CV, read their profile. What do they want?
mm,
You just can't make a CV based on what you have done. If it does not match the requirements of the company, it's going to get
mm,
rejected and you're going to
mm,
feel self downgraded because you are not getting selected or your CV is not getting picked. The problem is not in the people, it's in your CV. It's your negligence that you are uploading a common CV, which you're uploading everywhere and expecting to get selected, then to a proper CV, which is required for their job description. It should match what they want. So, as a person who's me, I'm into financials. So, I have worked in finance. So, whenever I'm applying in a financing company, I will apply based on a finance CV. I will write down my finance points. If I'm applying for a different position and I have some experience in that, I'm going to mention that more, which makes it much better.
Yeah. So you tailor
So
make your CV. What you're saying is you tailor make your CV to the job that you're applying for. It should not be a
yes,
generic CV that you send out to everybody.
yes,
Yeah. Okay.
exactly.
I think which is what the biggest mistake most people make. They just send out generic
Yeah,
CVs and apply to
yeah.
thousands of jobs and don't get anything.
One other thing I would like to bring over here to concern is if you are working as an HR professional and a finance head, or I'm come at age 21, it doesn't make such a big difference. But people who come after marriage or like 26, 27, being finance head, financial managers, they try to search jobs. They give their best CV out. And sometimes companies do not hire them because they are expecting dishwashers, sales associates. They are expecting normal cleaners. They are not going to hire a financial manager professional for
Mm,
a downgraded job like a cleaner or a sales associate. So definitely your CV is going to for sure get rejected
mm,
if your CV is not made properly. So you do
mm.
have to know what has to be put on your CV.
Mm. Yeah, okay. I think that's a very, very valid point. Yeah, and very well said, Sheldon, because I think I will use this. I'll probably make a shorts of this just to give that, because I also keep telling people you have to tailor make your CV. And this is what most successful students will do because they learn the
Yes,
system and know how to do that. Okay, very
yes.
good. Very good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for saying that. Okay, so we'll wrap it up. If you have to just give one piece of advice to somebody who's applying to come to Canada, okay, now there are
Yes,
obviously a lot of students now starting to come to Canada all over again, and
yes.
we have a few students coming to UCW in the next term. What is that one piece of advice that you would give them?
I would just tell them trust the process. Do not feel disappointed. Initially, it's very hard, but it's definitely not impossible. You will make it, and it's not impossible. If I could, then anyone can.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much, Sheldon. Yeah, it was good talking to you. Good to know you're doing well. I mean, I know you from a personal relationship with your parents, and I'm sure they're pretty happy to know how you're doing, and I'm sure they will be happy to also see this. I'll definitely share this with them. And
Yes, sure.
yeah, good to know. Yeah, all the best to you. Manage your money well. Yeah,
Thank you.
do your degree well, and I'm sure you're going to get good jobs after that also. Okay.
Yep,
Anything
I
else you
will.
want to say? Okay, we'll end the interview here.
No,
So, anything else you want to say?
no, nothing like that. It's just one
Mm,
second. Ready for you. Yeah, it's just like that only. Just
okay.
managing job was very difficult starting,
Mm,
disappointing, but then it's like I got one, two, three, five friends, and this roommates. Initially, the roommates helped me in everything, assignments, then selecting professors, everything. Then
mm,
building connections, LinkedIn, profiling, Instagram. I made a friend. So basically, it's a girl, female. So that female has been staying in this country since 4 years.
mm,
So she has a better understanding. So she keeps giving me inputs. She keeps guiding me. If I fail in anything, I do contact her, and she's like the best one to reach out to. So I feel that was one of the most admirable and most precious gem person I found
mm.
who's helped me in this country right away.
Okay, okay. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Okay. All right, Sheldon. Yeah, good talking to you. Do well. Okay, all the best to you. We are always praying for
Thank
you.
you.
And
Thank you.
yeah, and I wish you my best.